your morning Cub Report. Every day we bring you the important events happening around our school. If you know something that you think would be good for the Cub Report, let Mr. Pierce know. We start today with our lunch menu.
Today we're having spaghetti and mac and cheese. And of course we'll have all the usual choices too. Pizza, hamburgers, and chicken sandwiches. There will also be yogurt and salad on the side. Today we don't have any birthdays. Students, we have a special opportunity for you. Everyone is invited to a parent meeting Tuesday night to talk about a student trip to Washington, D.C. Here is Mr. Zapone with more information.
Good morning, Park Middle School. It's Mr. Zapone here, and I have a very special announcement for you. All 7th and 8th graders, I'm going on a trip to Washington, D.C. at the very end of the school year, and I'm inviting each and every one of you. We're going to go to the White House. We're going to go to the Capitol Hill, see where laws are made. We're going to go to the Smithsonian and see the very first airplane in the world, the Wright brothers airplane. We're going to see so many cool things, and I hope each and every one of you wants to go. We're also going to ride airplanes. You're going to stay in a hotel with your friends. We're going to eat lots of great food. So your history teachers are going to pass out this envelope today in class. In this envelope has information about a parent meeting we're going to have next Tuesday, the 16th. If you're interested in going, make sure you come to that meeting and sign up. We're going to talk about how to get fundraised and all the great things so that each and every one of you can go. So come, check it out. Here's the video. Boom.
I love being in DC.
I think this might be the best trip I've ever taken. Seeing places that I've heard of and learned about in school, it's just amazing. I really enjoyed it.
Gotta come to DC because it's awesome.
This was my first time coming to DC, and I was kind of nervous because I wasn't sure what to expect. But once I got here, I was just so excited, and now I don't want to go home.
Why should you sign up for a Washington, D.C. trip with World Strides? Because this trip is definitely like nothing you've ever experienced before, with more action, more learning, and more crazy times. This is an awesome experience to have with your friends, packed with spontaneous fun and totally random laughs. From the moment you arrive in DC, you'll be blown away by everything there is to do and see. Like Arlington National Cemetery, the White House, Mount Vernon, the Supreme Court, the Vietnam Wall, Iwo Jima, and the Smithsonian Museums.
It was really cool. There's a lot of actual dinosaur bones, and there was one with like this itty bitty head and this humongous body.
You may have read about it in books or seen it in movies, but here you'll get an up-close introduction to people, places, and things that are pretty famous.
Washington Monument was one of my favorites because I got to go to the top of it. It was really high, and you got to look out the window and see a nice view of everything in Washington.
The best thing I did with my friends was going to the Capitol because we got to go underneath the city into the tunnels into the Capitol, and we got to see the painting on top.
I used to take my being in America for granted, but when I go to all these memorials for the fallen soldiers, I just think of how much they went through for me to get here.
When we went to the Lincoln Memorial, we learned about Martin Luther King.
We said I had a dream speech with everybody.
And tomorrow, I still have a dream.
It was nice. I mean, I could never imagine doing what he did in front of all those people.
I felt like I was in the past, like saying and imagining all those people standing there, and you could just feel it.
Free at last, thank all the mighty for the free at last.
Even if you've been to Washington before with your family, going with World Strides is a completely new experience that you share with your friends. You're never bored on a World Strides trip. History truly comes to life. It's nothing like classroom learning as you know it.
There's a lot of stuff we fit into one day. It keeps you moving a lot, and it's really interesting. It keeps you focused.
Sundown just gives you another incredible way to explore DC in the dark. But the thing is, it's not just sightseeing. It goes way deeper than that.
When we went to the Holocaust Museum, we were told that we might see some survivors, and I didn't believe that. And when I was going by this one railroad car, I saw this old man crying, and when I passed him by, he wiped his tear with his left hand, and on his left arm I saw there were numbers. And that was really cool because I just realized that he was a survivor and I actually got to see that.
You can read as many books as you want, but until you see it, then you don't really grasp the full feeling of it, so that was my favorite.
In Washington, you're surrounded by the defining events and inspiring heroes who formed our country.
My favorite thing would have to be the World War II Memorial. That was really interesting with the huge wall of stars. For every star, you multiply that by 100, and that's how many people died or went missing.
Just everything is really historical and really interesting, and there's so much to learn and there's so much to see.
Memorials, memories, and more. You'll never run short of entertainment in Washington, D.C. You'll get to do some souvenir shopping, hang out late night with your roommates, or splash your classmates out of the water in the hotel pool.
I'm never going to forget the people that I was with. As long as I have something to do about it, I'll never forget them.
So make sure you sign up for this trip. You'll return home with tons of new friends, crazy stories, and unforgettable memories. Experience our nation's capital with World Strides. You will never forget it.
Well, that's it for today, Cubs. Have a great day.
We gotta do much more than believe if we really wanna change things. We gotta do much more than believe if we wanna see the world change.